Hi, and greetings to you all. My name is Chris Issa, and I'm standing right outside the African Caribbean Centre here in Leicester, about to launch the new Candy Arts documentary, Rowfleet, Slavery and Me. So come on, let's go in and see what's going on. So, right here with me right now, we have the Honourable Lady Juliet Braid. She so happens to be probably the most important person when it comes to the Carnival of Leicester.
Not quite.
Well, that's for the people to decide, huh?
Okay.
But it's really good to see you at this project, you know, and we know the importance of this project to Leicester City itself. You know, the whole abolition and emancipation of slavery is vital, and you know the relation that it has with the whole carnival movement as well. You know, so how do you feel Leicester's role can play, like in this modern age, to do the whole
Well,
abolition?
as you are aware, Leicester Caribbean Carnival is always held on the first Saturday in August. So when slavery was abolished, what happened is that all that mimicking and everything that was going on was carried out there on the street and displayed in a dramatic form, which is more or less the start of the Caribbean style carnival. Remember, these people from Africa, they brought with them their music, their drums, their rhythms, and things like that. And everything they tried to use, it was taken away from them. They even went to the bamboo that they found in the islands, and you know, different sizes of bamboos give a different sound, and they used that to do what they call the tambo bamboo band. They took that away from them. Everything they did until slavery, when they were so happy, they were hitting everything, anything that made a noise, right? So carnival is coming out of that oppression, right? And that is what we are seeing today, which
You know
is
something,
kind of keeping us alive.
I have to say that that's probably the best explanation of carnival I've heard. And for those of you out there who don't know what carnival is all about, there you just had, in a small nutshell, in a flash, the exact reason why we still celebrate Caribbean Carnival till this very day.
And this is why we are adamant.
So please let me introduce Wodi Selassie, a very honourable gentleman and elder of our community. How you doing, Brother Wodi?
Well, everything is blessed and everything is good. Like I said, you know, we will keep on to the path until we get to the brambles. Then we'll clear the brambles and make another path.
Well, I think that was beautifully said. And the journey has been a very long journey for yourself.
Very,
you know,
very long.
Nelson Mandela once said, you know, the road to freedom is not an easy
No, it's not an
or
easy
short road.
No.
So could you tell us a little bit about Leicester and the significance of Leicester, and from even from the days when you started being active in the community to now, and especially in relation with the whole emancipation of slavery, abolition of slave trade, and the whole black community and the whole black movement in general?
Well, Leicester is very significant. I later found out after many years of study in that a lot of the equipment, especially the material, the clothing, the aprons, the headdress, that was used in those slave plantations were actually made in Leicester. Leicester has a very pivotal role in the trade, as does Birmingham, who provided the chains, the shackles, the bullets, and the guns. Also, Leicester is renowned, or it should be renowned, and it's a very open secret, that the Emancipation Declaration, for instance, was actually signed some 5 miles outside of Leicester in a place called Rowfleet, which was William McCaughey, Wilberforce, Thomas McCaughey, and a few other inhabitants.
Good evening, Terry. How you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. Had a nice meal.
Beautiful meal. You know, it's soul food, if we call it. But here with me right now, I have the honor of having in our presence Terry Shepherd, who's a local historian for the Rothley area, and it's an honour to have you here. Why do you think this project is important, Terry?
Well, I think it's great that people can uncover where they've come from and the stories that lie behind it and how they can make more sense of the life that they have now.
Brilliant. So with regards to Leicester and the surrounding cities, i.e. Rothley, Wanlip, etc., what role do you think that we can play in the modern times and lessons that we can learn from the past of moving forward collectively as a people?
Well, I think if the people of Leicester can really understand their heritage and then appreciate it and enjoy it, and then talk to each other about it, inform each other, so that we can all grow into a peaceful, prosperous place together.
Well, I think with reference to your book, how do you feel to see your book coming alive? Because if you hold up the book there to the cameras, as we can see, is actually this book is what this documentary is based off anyway. So how do you feel seeing your book come into life, as to say?
Well, I'm fascinated to see younger people from an Afro-Caribbean heritage coming to terms with the story in their own way and putting their own words to it. And I hope that the film will do that, so they can make it something that they can experience for themselves.
Thank you very much for your contribution, Terry. Well, there you have it, and we're interviewing some fantastic people here from Leicester, residents of Leicester, who are doing some fantastic works in the modern times. But you know, it's all about the multicultural Leicester and the relevance of the role Leicester has played. We have surely overcome. His grace we share, that comfort me, and surely shall endure. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. I was blind, but now I see. Blessed ever.
English men and women who used to protest against slavery on a Saturday morning in places like the Clock Tower and various other places in England. And they were arrested, some of them, and hanged. These are Englishmen and women. So we are not here just to celebrate Rothley. We're celebrating everyone, every individual person from whichever walk of life who played that role. And I want to say that this freedom that we are now enjoying, we ourselves have a responsibility to take it to that next stage. Mind, body, spirit liberation. It won't happen unless we do it. And I want to say no more, and I just give thanks to our guests, and I want to say,
he said, good sister, I'd like to, but I'm not able. And when I looked around, I was right back down on my knees. Oh, there were times I thought I wouldn't last for long. But somehow, right now, I believe that I'm able to carry on. He said it's been a long time coming, but I know, yeah. Sometimes I had to cry all night long, yes I did. And sometimes I'd have to give right for what I know was wrong. Yeah, it's been an uphill journey. Yeah, it's been a long way coming. It's been real hard every step of the way. And I believe a change is gonna come. Your change is gonna come. My change is gonna come. Our change is gonna come.
The Lords of Rothley's Manor, where I have lived since 1987. In box 13 of the 53 boxes of Babington correspondence lodged in the Wren Library at Trinity College, Cambridge, are preserved all the letters of this time. The whole story found its way into this book, detailing the progress towards the passing of the Act that actually abolished the slave trade in British ships on the 25th of March, 1807. The book was launched at the modern version of the Babington Manor House, the Rothley Court Hotel, on Bicentenary Day, 25th of March 2007. 600 people turned up to collect a copy, to hear the Kiney Choir sing songs of liberation, and to watch the words of freed slaves reenacted, those of David Spence, Ottobah Cugoama, Ignatius Sancho, and Olada Equiano. We left behind a new brass plaque on the stone pillar outside, marking this very special day. The plaque featured an image of a hummingbird in homage to Elizabeth Hayrick and Susanna Watts, those two formidable Leicester women who in the 1820s campaigned for ending slavery itself. Their campaign magazine was called The Hummingbird, contrasting the absolute freedom of that lovely creature high up in the trees and the abject serfdom of the African slaves toiling in the plantation below.
thank you.
And silenced by the deep groans, the bitter anguish of our unoffending fellow creatures, we must purge ourselves from these pollutions. We must break the iron yoke from off the neck of our subjects. Yes. We must let the wretched captives in our own islands go free. Then, and not till then, we shall speak to the surrounding nations with the eloquence of sincerity and truth. So that's the pamphlet published first here in Leicester, which was widely read elsewhere. First of all, it was taken up and circulated by Birmingham and Sheffield Female Anti-Slavery Society. Then it was discussed in the House of Commons, where they said that it was so firm and uncompromising that it must have been the work of a man. And it was then reprinted in Boston and Philadelphia and helped spread the news of abolition across the Atlantic. And I found a copy which was published in Philadelphia in 1837. So after the abolition of slavery here, it was still being used in America. Herrick was accompanied in this mission by her good friend Susanna Watts, born in 1768. Herrick was a prose writer, the pamphleteer. Watts' skill lay more in verse, and she was responsible for anti-slavery hymns and poetry. And together they were a formidable pair of activists. They didn't limit themselves to
was
writing.
the order of the day. The slaves had to eat the food their slave masters didn't want. Pig tail, pig foot, pig ears, yam, sweet potato, dashing, cocoa, cream, banana, plantain. Little did they realize they were giving away the best part of the food. Fools, sweet music and dance, heal their times from a hard day's work and the pain of living away from their homelands. Africa, from continent to continent, Africa to the Caribbean, black and white, rich and poor, we must all continue to fight for our freedom. I am a baobab tree. Some call me a monkey bread tree. And I'll probably be standing here for another 250 years under these blue skies in this cool breeze. From what I can see, there is hope that we can all live together in peace and harmony. Thank you.
Intelligence leads us to believe that our chap is now using the street suffix OBE. Yes, that's OBE. Further intelligence leads us to believe that this chap is now moving in one of the two major gangs operating throughout the UK, BSc and BA respectively, with possible connection to higher ranking gang positions such as MSc, PhD, Brave B to GOD. This is one career effing criminal. PCs, PCSOs, probation workers, youth workers, teachers and judges of our era, not forgetting the school heads. The news is in, the truth is out, the stereotype is dead. Placed neatly on your desk will be a signed confession championed by yours truly. Images depicted in urban culture, music and movies relayed in the peanut brains of the stupid have been erased, controlled and backspaced. Ergo, the future of an entire generation saved. For I, yes I, have no remorse or shame in admitting to the murder of a stain that history could not succeed in washing away. I have killed the stereotype and I dare you to take me away. Thank you.
Here we are at the end of the night. A fantastic launch event for the Row Free Slavery and Me project. We couldn't have asked for nothing better. We had fantastic vocalists. The speakers were on point. We had the man himself, Terry Shepherd, the author of the main book that this documentary was kind of based off. You know, he gave his speeches. All in all, everyone enjoyed himself, and we look forward to continuing the project. So make sure you stay tuned, keep up with the project, get involved.